Hello and welcome back to the channel. Slightly different angle for you today. You're going to get this in front of your camera, you poor sods. But I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to sort of get this video out there because at the moment all you've had for the last two videos has been this car on various tracks, doing what I enjoy the most and going around tracks as fast as I can. So I want to talk a little bit about the state of the car, the state of what's going on, and why I'm bringing you this video. So the car right now is definitely not getting the attention it deserves. There's been, between work life, home life, all this other stuff going on in my life right now. I don't have a garage to work from right now, and the car is definitely getting neglected in things that I would never let it be neglected in. So right now, for instance, you know, I've just done a service a week ago. The underneath of the car is a shit tip. I've got an oil leak on my oil filter pedestal for one of the actual lines that comes off there for the oil coolers. That's been there since the rebuild, and it's just been one of them jobs that I've never got round to doing. It's in such an awkward spot. It's such a huge nut. It's 24 mil, and it's 2 copper crush washers. It's like the easiest job in the world. There should be no excuse for it. And whilst I've got it out, actually, that's where the oil temp sensor is, the aftermarket one for the original Ebc gauges that were in here, and I'm going to reuse that because I do have a Defi gauge. Actually, I've got a bunch of Defi gauges that I'm going to put in here. So I do actually just at least want to get the sensor in. It's like the rain light, the racetrack rain light at the back on the diffuser. You know, I've got that in, I've had it in since the build, and I've still not wired it. And the reason is because I got to do it properly. I've got to drop the bumper, run a switch up here. I actually want to use the factory fog switch to trigger it because I don't have fog lights in here anymore. And I just never got round to doing it. Back there, I need 2 rear wheel bearings in this thing. They're starting to get a bit noisy now. I've got them on my back seat. They're right here. Literally. I've got them right here, ready to rock. Can I find time? Tooling, all this other stuff. It's just like, I can never do it. Back here I've also got 2 brand new pulleys, powder coated, alternator pulley, water pump pulley, new belt. I want to do that. Don't have time, don't have the space to do it. I did a service. You've got to service these cars. I did a service 2 weeks ago before I went on the track, and I'm looking underneath the car. It is a shit tip. I mean, literally, you could eat your dinner off this car. It was like concourse winning car. Now it looks like somebody's undercoated it with blubber. It just is a shit tip. It's an absolute shit tip, and that drives me crazy. And I've got no choice. And that's just the world I'm living in right now. And until things settle down and I find consistency and I find a place and time to do this stuff, then I can get back on top of it. At the moment, I'm just enjoying at least driving the car. That's something. So car-wise, everything's running great. Whilst I did the service, I did a compression check. Considering the beating that the car has had, and it's had quite a beating this past year, I've got between 105 and 108 psi on all faces. So actually, I think I got one that's 110 as well. So it's between 105 and 110 psi on all faces, and I can't be any happier with that than what I've got. I mean, the car has seen some pretty hard stuff. I mean, we're running massive Borg Warner turbos. Time in advance is up there. You know, the EGTs are high. Like, it is what it is. I do pre-mix the living daylights out of this thing, though. I've deleted my OMP, as you know, and it is pre-mixed, so that does help. But yeah, just the car is just not getting the love that it deserves, and I've hit this crossroads with the car. Like, I'm stood at this junction right now, and the junction is that I think I literally have taken the car as far as I can as a street car. So it's as good as it's ever gonna get as a street car, and it's great on the track and track days and stuff like that. It's great, but realistically, guys, there's like nothing left I can do to make it any quicker than what it is. the next stage on would basically see me transforming this car from this beautiful road going car into a dedicated track car. And that's kind of what I'm wrestling with right now, is that I love the track. I love it. If I could live on the track with this car every day, I swear I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. I love it. It's my favourite place in the world. I'm at my happiest in my cars on the track, and I love it to bits. And I have to be realistic, and that's the problem, is that I'm a bit of a dreamer, and I'm now in this position where the next stage on is cages, more stiffening, bracing, stripping interior out, seam welding, fire bottles, extinguisher systems, and for me, one of the biggest things I'm grappling with right now is my dashboard. You know, I've got an Alcantara dash, I've got this beautiful setup with the touchscreen Android system linked to the Adaptronic ECU, I've got these beautiful gauges, and it's so clean, it's beautiful, it's functional and minimalist, and it's awesome, and I love it. Where the hell am I going to put a battery isolation switch, fire bottle control panel, ignition, starter button, accessory switches, dedicated switches for lights? Like, I would literally have to butcher my dashboard, lose my information center to make it work. I mean, I was looking at the vents in the middle, I was thinking, well, maybe I can fabricate a panel for that, take the center vents out, that's not such a big deal, make a fiberglass box section for that, and then put the switches and everything in there. That's going to look awful. And I'm just kind of wrestling with it right now. I'm wrestling with the fact that I've got as far as I can possibly go with the car, and it's driving me crazy. It's just driving me insane. I want to take it to the next level, but realistically, I drive this car every single day. Like, I'm blessed that I can drive this car every day, and I love it to bits. Realistically, with my own track support stuff that I'm doing right now, and work, and with the amount of time I would get to actually race this car in any kind of competitive situation, I would probably be talking about using the car at the most maybe 15 times a year. So one side of me is saying, just keep the car as it is, get to enjoy it as much as you can, love the car for what it is, and I do. Because ultimately, the next stage on, I'm only going to be able to enjoy this car maybe 15 times a year. Now, them 15 times a year will be great, they'll be amazing, but realistically, them 15 times a year I can lose a little bit of competitiveness and still enjoy them 15 times a year as track days, non-competitive, and still drive it home and enjoy it for the car it is. And I'm just kind of wrestling with that in my own head right now, and it's proving hard. But I wanted to bring you all these things. I wanted to bring you lots of information about what's going on with the car. I wanted to bring you all this stuff. I wanted to show you the water method install that I do, because I've got a very unique way, well, not unique, but I've got a very specific way that I install water meth in these. I've done tons of water meth kits in these now, and every single one, it seems to work out really, really well. It's a very clean install. So I wanted to bring you that, but really I'm just sort of talking to you guys and just telling you what's going on. I mean, there's not much more to say than that. It is what it is, and until I get some kind of garage or something like that I can actually start bringing you more videos from, that'd be great. But right now, this is what we've got. You know, I've got a very, very fast road car. Brakes, I want to talk to you about brakes, right? So I posted on my Instagram recently about Ebc Brakes. I bought a set of Ebc yellow stuff brakes under recommendation. That is the pads you need, fast road, RX7, track use. They use them in certain championships here, rallying and all this other stuff. They are the bee's knees pad, and I am not joking, they are useless. Like, useless. On the car, on the street, they are probably the best brakes I've ever had in my life on any of my vehicles. They are incredible. The pads are amazing. Like, the bite is just so aggressive. It's incredible. And on a street car, go yellow stuff. Like, they are the best pad I've ever felt on a street car, ever. I've never felt anything like it, even from Gold. They're incredible. On the track, different story. Now, I don't know if it's because of the speeds that I go on a track. I'm not the fastest on a track, but in a corner I'm quick. And that puts a lot of stress on brakes. And other things. But primarily brakes and tyres. And after 5 laps of Cadwell Park in the last video I brought you, basically after 5 laps the brakes were done. Like, I got no response from them whatsoever, minimal response from them whatsoever. And then I'd pit in, they'd cool down, I'd go back out, and lo and behold, they're back to being amazing again. And then 4 or 5 laps in, nothing. I've spoken to EBC about this issue. They said because I had Project Mu on there before, Project Mu are engineered that inside the actual pad there is a special coating that it actually laminates onto the rotor to give it a more aggressive bite. And that coating, when you put any other pad onto your rotors that you had Project Mu with, just annihilates them. Like, it just destroys them. So needless to say, my brand new EBC yellow stuff pads lasted 1 day. 1 day and they were gone. They said to me that realistically, a set of EBC yellow stuff pads on a high performance car, you can only expect 1 to 3 hours of use. 1 to 3 hours use out of a high performance track pad. Now, I'm not made of money at all, and burning through $300 and odd worth of brake pad in one afternoon is way beyond my budget. That's brutal. Now, bear in mind, on the Project Mu, I think I did 4 sessions and they still had as much left as what's on them now, on the yellow stuff, after 4 sessions and daily driving for nearly a year. And anyway, needless to say, if you're looking for pads and you're going to track your car, avoid EBC yellow stuff on the track. On the street, God, buy them. They're the best pad you'll ever have. Like, they're incredible, they're amazing. But on the track, forget it. So I spoke to Andrew at EBC, really helpful chap, lots of input. And what EBC are doing right now is they're actually custom making me some brakes to compensate for that. So that's going to take about 2 to 3 weeks for them to arrive. I've got another track day booked back at Cadwell Park. Really good track. So I'm going to try them out. Another thing that I want to do to the car so bad, the REMMU kit, the ADGT front bumper, has a few little things in there that's incredible, right? Like, they really did think about it when they made that bumper. And one of the things that they've got is they've actually got dedicated brake vent pipe ducting built into them. So you can literally get your tube, your 6cm tube, slot it on, run your duct in, zip tie it wherever you need to zip tie it, round it out, put it right to your brakes and cool them down, and I haven't done it yet. I mean, it is a $40 mod to do to this car to get brake cooling in there. I haven't done it because, what with all the vents that's in there already and the brake cooling that they run on this body kit, I thought, oh, I'll be fine, Especially where I've had experience before on the track, on much more technical tracks than Cadwell, and the brakes have been fine. So, well, I say fine, good enough. I've always complained about brakes, always, but that's kind of why I'm experimenting right now. So I guess we'll see what EBC come back with this special pads that they're going to make me. They say that's it now. That'll be the one I go with forever. So between Demon Tweaks and them guys, they're all on order. But I don't know. It's just been one of them things, guys, and I just wish I could bring you more content right now. Like, this is what I've got. I've got my track days, and check out the Instagram because you get a really good idea of why I'm so busy if you check out the Instagram, my Rotary Life on Instagram. check it out, because you'll see why I'm so busy. The cars that I'm working with now are just mind-blowing, like you wouldn't believe. It's all GTC, so we're talking like Ferraris. We've got 3 Ferraris, 2 Audi R8 LMSs, a Porsche 911 Cup GT3, and then we've got our actually GT Cup Aston Martin, which is just monstrous. Oh my god. We just got the engine back from Pro Drive, and that thing actually won last weekend at Brake Car. The thing is just absolutely incredible. Monstrous car. But yeah, so that's why I'm so busy. It's like, you know, you go away, you're away for 3 days, 2 days, overnight, and then back, and then regular work, and then it's back again, and then track. And I've done, in 3 weeks, I've basically done 2 trips to Silverstone and a trip to Donington, and work and everything else, and trying to get this done and put this on the track, and family life and everything else. And it's just, I literally get home, have something to eat, go to bed, wake up at the crack of dawn, go back and do it again. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it means that when it comes to my vlogs, it's kind of hard to bring you content. But I promise it will change. Bear with me, guys. We've got some good stuff coming. I have just bought another project car, potentially. That's going to be a while before it arrives, but that'll be a good fun project. So I'm looking forward to that. But as always, guys, take her easy. Any questions? I've bored the crap out of you on this side of the lens for once. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you what's going on right now, because the content is minimal, and I've got, you know, 3,000 people following me, and you deserve to know what's going on. So just bear with the channel. We've got lots and lots of stuff coming, but it's just going to take a bit of time to get there. But take care, guys. Thank you very much, and